everyone. Samson, can we kill the music? I can't hear anything. Or does everyone else not hear that music, or is it just me?
That's me.
We hear it. Okay, cool. I'll turn off my camera until the music is over. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mini dApp Virtual Hackathon Showcase. My name is Lauren, and I am so excited to have you all here. Just as a quick kind of reminder of what we're talking about today, this hackathon has been all about building mini dApps with maximum impact. We heard from builders that were creating full-fledged apps for hackathons in a really short time period that felt overwhelming. So we heard them. We shifted, we changed. This time, we asked participants to focus on small, polished prototypes. Take one creative, well-executed slice of the dApp and bring that to the table. So that's what we have for us today. The idea was to explore the playful side of Midnight, a voting app with anonymous attestations, or a ZK-powered game mechanic, or a confidential job board using private state. The point wasn't necessarily complexity. It was really about clarity and creativity and focused execution. And over the past 2 months, we've had teams really thinking about deeply those ideas and polishing those MVPs that today we're going to be showing to the community, and we're so excited to see the results. But before we dive in, you'll see we just had a bunch of folks join the stage. These are our judges. They are going to be listening to each presentation today and then asking questions of our hackers and then grading the projects after the showcase. We will be announcing the winners early next week, so stay tuned for that, potentially on the next Fireside Hang. Okay, let's all introduce ourselves. We'll go around clockwise. Mahesh, can I start with you?
Sure. Hi, guys. My name is Mahesh Sashital. I am a solutions manager here at Midnight. What we essentially do at Solutions is we work with partners. We help them actually succeed building on Midnight, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Let's pop it to Jay.
Hey everyone, my name is Jay. I'm a DevRel engineer here at Midnight. I am focused on decentralized applications. I'll be looking through your code, helping build with you, building tutorials, and I'm excited to get started with you all. My background is in AI, Web3 gaming, so I'll be looking out for those kind of things. Thank you.
Amazing. Yes, welcome to the team too. This is second week we've got you being a judge. It's awesome. I'm so excited that is what an onboarding, right? Yes, welcome. And community, you'll see a whole lot more of Jay on future firesides for sure. Okay, Daria.
Hello, everyone. You probably cannot see me, but I really hope you hear me. I represent the partnerships and growth team here. I've been with the company for 3-4 months now, but I have an extensive experience within the Web3 space, coming from finance, very much focusing on DeFi identity and gaming within Midnight team. So very much excited to hear what ideas you have for showcasing the Midnight value. Look forward to the hack.
Awesome. Yeah, your audio sounds perfect, so no worries on the frozen, and you look really cute in the picture that you have. So we're good. Okay, Utkarsh, go for it.
Perfect. Hi, guys. My name is Utkarsh Verma. I'm the Vice President at Webisoft.
We're a partner with Midnight, and we've been building on Midnight for almost a year now. Super excited to be here and part of the ecosystem. I'm personally a builder on Midnight myself, and I've been building some really cool dev tools and would be excited to talk about it on a fireside some other day. But super excited to be a part of the event today, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
Of course, yeah, that's kind of a preview for what's happening next week. Is we might be bringing Webisoft on to demo some really cool things for tooling and AI-focused tools for the hackers that we've kicked off another hackathon. So, folks, if you were feeling inspired while you were watching this, fear not. We have a hack running right now. We'll send the link in the chat. Giles, take us home.
So I'm Giles Cope. I'm head of core engineering. So all the back end side that isn't really related to the apps of the blockchain and making sure all of that side works brilliantly.
Amazing. Yeah, we feel really honored to have you here with us today. And it's a great opportunity, builders, to be able to interact with one of our core devs. So here's how the format's going to go today. We will introduce the team, and then we'll show their demo video that they've created, and then there will be time for a Q&A as well. We're going to kick things off with our Midnight Bank presentation. And we have Norman here to present. Say broadly, we saw some interesting themes from the submissions, and maybe it's a conversation for the end of the call today. But yeah, Norman, welcome to the stage. We're excited to have you here. And let's kick off the demo video, shall we?
Yes. Hi, builder, and welcome to our Midnight Hackathon showcase. Today, we are unveiling a ready-to-use Helm chart that turns the complex Midnight validator stack into a one-click Kubernetes deployment. Think of it as validator.
That's not my demo.
Every service you need, Midnight Node, Cortana Relay, dbSync, and all others, is packaged.
Let's get you your correct video playing then.
I was like, I don't remember doing that.
You're like, I have no memory of this being my project.
No, it's yeah, but it's just
no worries. Yeah. Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for wishing everybody luck in the chat. And Midnight is on testnet. Whoever asked that question, MK Capital. We sure are. Norman, do you want to give us a bit of a preview while we get your video queued up about what Midnight Bank is?
It's a simple dApp, which basically demos the basic transactional operations for a bank: deposit, withdraw, send, and disclose to an institution, to a specific person. So it's basically just like the theme of the hackathon, just showing really central operations.
Awesome. Are we all set to show the video?
Yeah, just give me a second. I think I uploaded everything here, but the thumbnail isn't helping. We're just I
should
only say that's
to our Midnight Hackathon showcase.
This is the wrong one again.
So I think, yeah, so the one with the Midnight Bank looks like the thumbnail isn't working. So I would just share this from my screen. So that should be good.
Perfect.
In the meantime, guys, like I just really wanted to mention that you should like literally patent the name. Midnight Bank is a cool name.
It's a good name, yeah, for sure.
20 minutes. Notice the balance shows us asterisks for privacy. I need to authenticate.
Can we start it back all the way to the beginning, Samson?
With PIN authentication. Welcome to Midnight Bank, a privacy-first banking dApp that demonstrates all 4 core concepts of Midnight Network: prove, hide, compute, and reveal. My name is Norman Lopez. Most of my career has been in the mobile application development, but I've been working on blockchain for the past 2 years.
Let's start with prove and hide. First, I need to deploy a new bank contract. Then, create my account within it. I'm deploying a shared bank contract that can support multiple users.
Now create my personal account within this bank. We use a PIN session to make only the owner of the account can access it and view the balance. It's safely stored for the desired amount of time. In our case, 20 minutes. Notice the balance shows us asterisks for privacy. I need to authenticate with my PIN to view it. With PIN authentication, I can see my encrypted balance of 200 MBT. I have all standard banking operations, deposit, withdraw, and a revolutionary authorization system for transfers. My transaction history is maintained privately. Amounts and details are never exposed publicly. And here are the advanced privacy features: authorization management for cell-like transfers and selective disclosure for compliance needs. Quick note on our token system. We're using Midnight Bank tokens, MBT, a custom internal ledger system. Let's first join the bank from another account. As you can see, I have other banks created and accounts created. I can interact with them as well. They are saved on my local storage, but securely encrypted with PIN and signature. You may have noticed the UI looks different on the second account. We have enabled dark mode for the second account. It's a simple toggle on the top right corner of every page. Let's join the previous bank by copying the bank contract address. Let's create the new account. Now let's demonstrate compute with our authorization system. We're going to request the second account authorization to send money. It's like Zelle, the digital payment network between banks, but with complete privacy. The smart contract is now computing complex authorization logic using encrypted state. The recipient will approve this with spending limits. I'm now sending 50 MBT to my authorized contact. Notice the amount is hidden until the recipient claims it. Finally, let's demonstrate reveal, selective disclosure for privacy-preserving verification. I can prove I have sufficient funds without revealing my exact balance. This is something financial institutions need for compliance-ready requirements like lending verification or risk assessment. We can also grant permission for the exact balance, but for this demo, I'm granting permission to verify I have at least 500 MBT using verification threshold. Notice the verification fails when setting the threshold to 10,000 MBT from the first account. This is because the second account only has 550 MBT in the account. The system proves that the balance is greater than or equal to 500 MBT without revealing that I actually have 500 MBT. This provides the foundational technology for building fully compliant financial applications while preserving privacy. Just for fun, we can export the transaction history to a JSON or CSV file.
Just to recap, Midnight Bank demonstrates how Midnight Network enables prove, zero-knowledge authentication and transaction validation. Hide, complete financial privacy with encrypted balances. Compute, complex business logic on private encrypted state. And reveal, privacy-preserving verification for business and compliance needs. This provides the privacy technology foundation that the financial industry needs to build the next generation of private, yet auditable financial services. Thank you for your time.
Amazing. Oh my goodness, Norman, what a video. And the music too. bravo. And I'm sure we got some hand clapping, and we had some comments from the YouTube viewers all saying that this is awesome and wow. So excellent front end too. Wow. But let's jump into our judges. I'm not a judge. What do we have to say? No one cares what I think. What do you all want to ask? Who wants to go first? Raise your hand, however you want to do it. Feel free to unmute and go for it.
This is a very exciting project you did here, Norman. I wanted to ask, what was the hardest part in building this particular dApp that you built here today? And how do you think that it could have been better compared to other ecosystems you might have built in?
Oh, definitely the private state reconciliation.
Yeah.
Having to expose the balance, that's really difficult because you don't want to expose the balance and you don't want to actually expose the user. So you have to build and explore different data structures, maps, and whatever. And then you have to share a key contract. I mean, a private key to the other users just to decrypt whatever you were balancing. So definitely reconciliating the private state.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was kind of going to ask about the hiding of the threshold, because obviously, if you with it being zero knowledge, if you just say, is it above a certain level, then because the proof could be interrogated, then someone could find out what that level was. So you kind of need to be a bit careful on that front.
Yes.
I would say another interesting question that comes to mind with the system we saw is, how do you protect this current model against, let's say, a brute force attack on the PIN system?
At this point, I mean, there's so much room for improvement. I mean,
Totally.
there's so many algorithms that I wanted to try. Didn't have enough time. But I don't know. I think there's 1,000 solutions for this.
No, I love the product. Lots of potential.
Norman, thank you so much for the demo. I absolutely enjoyed the threshold component of that. But have you considered, building the app, have you considered the KYC part of the user? Because I think I second everyone's opinion that the front end looks great, the idea is there, but to make it a complete bank, right? How do you KYC your users in that dApp? Is it an external provider, or you?
I mean, it should be an external, but honestly, I didn't focus on the financial side. Just wanted to show off, display demo operations, basically CK operations. But I mean, I'm not sure if it's a project that would probably be a candidate for an actual product.
I mean, you never know. But anyways, thanks.
I have no idea. I just made this for fun. Actually, it was a little bit less than 15 days that I hadn't worked to work on this. So I was thinking of something easy, something simple, but it came out really fun and really hard, really hard problems. Granting permissions to another user is hard, on CK, just trying to share approval. Yes.
It's a great job, Norman. One question: if you were to extend this, I know you just spent 15 days on this, but if you were to extend this to what a bank actually does, if you connect this to DeFi platforms, right, and start actually providing yield to one of the to the depositors, have you thought about anything along those lines, and how to keep all of that private as well?
I didn't think about it, to be honest.
Yeah. But just this is an extension to what.
But I did think about so many features that I was no, I can't.
No, of course not.
I need to focus on
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And that was all that we were asking of folks, right? Really zoom in on the
Absolutely.
one singular thing you're trying to solve for. And then, Norman, you can expect that our team will be reaching out maybe next week to be all right, let's keep going. Let's build this thing out. I think what's so fun about a hackathon is that we get to go from ideation, and then, what comes next is let's take this proof of concept and really build it into a thing. So yes, we would love to figure out what sort of mentorship you need and what sort of support that looks like, so that we can take these ideas into reality and execution together, because that's really important for us as well. The more builders on Midnight, everyone wins. Okay, so next up, we are going to transition and say goodbye to Norman for now. Yeah, fabulous. And then Lucent Labs is going to be presenting, and this is also staying within the DeFi theme, by the way. So just judges, keep your brain finance focus for now, and let's get into the video. Unless actually, Samson, you're not ready for me to get into the video.
Yeah, hi guys, Lowell here, and today we are showcasing Statera Protocol. Basically, Statera Protocol is an over-collateralized stablecoin protocol that leverages the full capability of zero knowledge and Midnight to provide private and compliant DeFi. So I'll go right off to demonstrate and showcase you the current iteration of the system. Connect my wallet, and it tells you that you have an active Pro server and you're connected successfully. So this here is trying to load the wallet states and the current protocol state. While this is loading, it's important to know that the current system is modeled to allow collateral deposit of T-Dust before user can mint the protocol native stablecoin. You can as well deposit collateral here. You can mint stablecoin. You can also stake, all of which are fully functional and deployed on testnet. We also have a link that is deployed on AWS for anyone that wants to play around with this current iteration of the system. For the sake of time, we will not fully go into simulating all of this functionality, but like I said earlier, we will share the link for anyone that wants to test out. So going further, I would like to also demonstrate some features we are very excited about in the current system. So currently, this system is fully shielded, and for a user to be able to utilize and use the current iteration of the Statera protocol, it is expected that they are fully KYC'd for compliant purposes. And that is something we are very excited about, how well we model the system to be fully compliant. So a user has to provide a KYC token before their deposit will be accepted into the system, and then they can perform other functionalities like minting the stable coin and any other functionality within the system. You have to be fully KYC'd. So the KYC token, which is supposed to be obtained from an external provider, would be attached together with your collateral deposit as a transaction. And then our system would verify that, okay, the KYC is okay, and then you'll be able to use the system. Then secondly, we are very excited about how we model the liquidation system within the protocol. Of course, Statera is modeled to, automate liquidations within the system. But how do we do this when users' users' details are shielded, as well as their transaction details? They are all shielded. So what we did is we have two systems in place to actually attend to this situation. One of which is a client-side bot. This is a bot that monitors the user's debt position using the mint metadata that is stored off-chain. So it keeps calculating a user's health factor over a specific instance, then triggers a request to the API endpoint when the position is unhealthy. So when this happens, we have a second fallback option, which is the server-side API. So this server-side API has a CLI wallet integrated that provides functionalities that to join the instance of Statera smart contract. So basically, this particular function receives. Let me just navigate into VS Code to showcase that functionality. So this is the server-side bot code. So what this does is it receives the deposit ID, the collateral amount, and the debt amount from the server-side bot. So this now joins the instance of the Statera protocol liquidation to liquidate a user's particular position. So we believe this is a very great way to kind of liquidate positions in a privacy preserving blockchain like Midnight. So thank you very much.
You. Wow, that was amazing. Another round of applause. Lowell, welcome to the stage. So happy to have you here. Yes, so we have our judges joining us now. We should be able to, I think we have everyone here. Who wants to kick us off?
Are you running this proof server locally? Lowell?
Yes, we are running the proof server locally, but we baked it into the launched version on AWS together with the code. So because on LACE, you cannot just manually impute a proof server link. So yeah.
Okay. Great job, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, very cool product. I would say, what is the long-term overview if you were to build this into a bigger dApp? What would that vision look like for this product?
Oh yeah, it's we are actually building it out. So the bigger picture is to have a fully fledged stablecoin issuing protocol for other dApps in the ecosystem, other DeFi providers in the ecosystem to kind of use. You can think of that like derivatives, lending and borrowing protocols, and all that. So the bigger picture is to actually build it out, and that's what we are all about.
I see.
Because we're looking forward to integrating flash loans and all of that. So we actually have full suite of features to incorporate into this.
That's actually very interesting. I can literally attest to the notion that stablecoins are a necessary part to every DeFi ecosystem today. So on the side note, I'll be interested to continue the convo, post-hack. But just a very simple question to confirm. So you, like the positions are stored privately, right? The positions are off-chain, but then you still generate the proof of the position on-chain?
Yes. The position stats and parameters, they're actually stored off-chain on the user's local machine. And that's why we have the client-side bot that kind of spools through all of those details and do the health calculation off-chain before submitting back on-chain whenever there's any liquidation happening that is supposed to happen. So yeah, all of that is stored off-chain.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
And I guess one last question would be, how would a model like this, where you have so many privacy elements, attract liquidity bots and other market making elements that are necessary for these kind of instruments to operate? Like, that would be an interesting thing to think about.
Sorry, I didn't quite grasp that question.
So I would say, a lot of these liquidation protocols and protocols in general rely on third-party bots to bring in the volume that does execute those liquidation orders, that does brings those volume to the protocol itself. But when the protocol is in a state where it's semi-public, semi-private, how would you achieve an interface where I, as a liquidation bot builder, can come in and plug and play?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we have the staking portion, the staking part. That staking is only for stablecoin staking, our own native stablecoin. So you stake the stablecoin there, and that is where liquidation happens. We call that stability pool. So our robots, our server-side bot takes funds from the liquidation pool to offset any unhealthy position. And then the collateral is distributed back to users to stake us in that stability pool. We also have a second option for liquidation, just in case we don't have enough capital to offset unhealthy positions within the protocol. We are devising like a flash loan mechanism that can be executed by our own bots in the system to kind of offset any loan when they've gone unhealthy for a specific amount of time, and maybe there is no funds in the pool to offset that, so it can mint and repay the loan within a single transaction. So, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Very cool.
Yep. you.
I mean, maybe the last one here. So on the auditability, right, of the whole solution. So Midnight Tech obviously allows for the selective disclosure, like creating this mini dApp, right? Or like, actually the product, it doesn't already look like a mini dApp. Have you thought about the aspect of compliance and auditability to like, to reveal that to the third parties, etc.? What exactly can be revealed to the third parties?
Yeah, just like, there are many pieces still in play, still in planning, still in process. But I think the first step towards compliance is actually modeling the KYC token, which is going to be provided by the third-party KYC providers. So that is one piece of the puzzle. And many of those disclosures are still being planned. And as we mature and get more brains into the team, I believe we are going to figure that out. But yeah, it's very much in our books. Yeah.
Thank you, Lawal. And the last one from my end, how big is the team at this point?
Currently we are just 3 developers per se, so it's really, really small. But then we are working with more like advisors. Maybe you guys know these guys from Fluid Tokens on Cardano. They are a lending and borrowing protocol.
Yeah, fantastic.
So yes, we do have a back and forth with them. So for now,
And
the core team is just 3 people. Yes.
It's not small, it's lean, Lawal. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Oh my God, what a spin. I love that. That's amazing. No, I think that's incredible that you have those folks working on it. Okay, so we'll move on. Thank you, Lawal, for your presentation today. We have our third demo, and that is our hacker. The team name is called Enterprise ZK, and our hacker is not present, and he knew that he wouldn't be able to make the live call today, so he tells us that his video tries to preemptively answer your questions. We'll see if that happens, but we are connected we chat with him in the Discord quite often, so we can of course take your questions, pass them along to him, and then get them to you over the weekend too. So I think that we'll be able to close the loop there. And let's jump into Enterprise ZK.
Silent ledger, keep it quiet, keep it dark to keep you better, just enough to let you spark. In the distance, lay it on me, all your grievances in the silence. Tell me all about your questions, put your mind to rest. Lay them on the table, I can take it. You are gonna find what you need, you are gonna see. You are gonna see, you are gonna see. Put your mind to rest, all of your objections. Lay them on the table, I can take it. I can take it, I can take it. Keep you better, lay it on me, all your grievances, all your grievances, lay it on me. Silent ledger, lever smart contracts for ownership verification, and an obfuscated order book management contract. Process orders without revealing unnecessary details. Prove asset ownership without revealing balances. Minimal yet powerful dApp, built on Midnight by the great John Santi. Privacy first and user friendly. Privacy first and user friendly.
Hello everyone, my name is John Santi. I'm the creator of Silent Ledger, a privacy first order book for automatic market makers, and crypto exchanges. Silent Ledger leverages ZK proofs to obfuscate the order books, which keeps people from front-running you and coming in and making purchases against your orders, based on your orders, because they're hidden and no one will be able to see it, which is really nice. And also toying around with an idea of trying to prevent front running through verification of ownership of assets. So in order to sell assets, you have to prove the history of the asset, but you don't want to reveal that. It's no one's business where your crypto's been, just that you own it and that it's not a loan. And so that can also be done with ZK proofs. Besides this, I tried to make a really pretty GUI, and I came up with something I call God windows. And what they are is I've made a little program with a private ledger that we created, the Silent Ledger, and then just a normal public ledger like you would see in any crypto exchange today. And they're side by side. And so what you do is you put in your order, your buy order or your sell order, and then you can watch in the God window as the ZK proofs are done in the background. And I thought that was pretty neat. I love Midnight, and I love privacy preserving digital identity. And all these sorts of things will all tie into this protocol. Thank you guys for checking it out, and I hope that the GUI that I created inspires you a little bit when you're building your stuff. Maybe you see something that's kind of cool, and the code's all there. And I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.
So I mean, like, actually laughing out loud. I was just so shocked. I'm gonna have to watch that again. John is not with us today. As I mentioned, he couldn't make the live stream, but again, we'll relay your questions on to him in the Discord. So judges, if you would like to share what you'd like me to ask him, I can play switchboard operator for you, and we can get that onto him, and over the weekend get you his responses if that works.
I can kick off on this one. I think what's really interesting here was just looking at the contract, was that he was using version 15 of Compact, and what version 15 doesn't have is it doesn't have disclose as a keyword. So when you're with the new version of from 16 onwards, you got this disclose keyword. So if you're looking to try and see if you've accidentally disclosed some information and made it public when you possibly shouldn't have done, it's a lot easier to audit the contracts that are version 16 onwards. I think that's a really great feature of Midnight that they've got. So I'd encourage him to use the even newer version of Midnight, because it's it's a big improvement. But yeah, I love the video.
Yeah, that was the coolest presentation. I would say like 10 on 10 for that. With the AI music and the whole graphic. Loved it.
Any other questions from judges? But I will get that positive feedback over to him.
Yeah, that video, the presentation, the intro was just outstanding, and it really distracted me from what he was actually presenting to a large extent, unfortunately. But one question I did have was with regards to the matching. How do they do the matching? I don't know if he actually covered that as part of the video itself, but anyway, that was one question.
Yeah, I was about to come up with the same question. We work on a very similar problem for a product of ours. Mahesh also knows a lot about it. So how is he approaching this within the Midnight ecosystem is something I'm also very curious to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was also wondering whether the things like the market depth at certain levels could be sort of you could allow a little bit of a view into how much liquidity is there without giving away whose it is.
Yeah, my question was around how does the user or whoever puts an order verifies that the order almost like lands in the book? Is there supposed to be some sort of private key or like the capability of almost verifying that it all gone through and I didn't lost my Wi-Fi and it didn't go through? So like this user perspective, right, on what they can see and cannot see in the private private nature of the ledger.
Okay.
And I
I mean, oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna hop in and say I thought it was an awesome idea, awesome presentation. And when things are private by default, what I'm interested in is how can you monetize giving out some of that information? And one of the things in trading is things like copy trading, right? So if I have my own strategy and stuff, what is my opportunity to expose that strategy to other people and figure out a way to monetize it? I'm curious if you delved into that, played around with some of those ideas.
Okay, perfect. So what I'll do is I will take kind of this clip of the YouTube video, send it along to John, get you all the answers over the weekend. But yes, once again, thank you, John Santi. You are a star, and we're so grateful to have you in the Midnight ecosystem. That was such a joy. And Ron just asked a question, current version of Compact 17, 0.0. So yes, and that's also something really it's important to Midnight, us, the DevRel team, I'll speak for everyone here, that these projects that folks are building for these hackathons, like, let's keep maintaining them. Like, let's keep letting them be resources for future hackers too. That's why we ask and we require every submission to be open sourced and an Apache 2 license. And so we then add all of these resources to our community ecosystem, awesome dApps list. And that's kind of becoming our house, if you will, for all ecosystem created resources. So someone who is working in the Dev Challenge right now, the active hackathon that we have currently running, those are a great place to start and kind of start looking through people's code and see the decisions that they made and kind of understanding why and thinking of the how can I apply it to my idea, etc. So, okay, time to transition to our final pitch today, and that is Davy King. I believe you're here and we got your connection working. We'll kick off with your video.
The privacy preserving identity verification system powered by Midnight, you can prove who you are without revealing who you are. So we're basically privacy by default. We should prove your eligibility without revealing identity. User verifies your ZK hashes off-chain to access some features on the website. So, and then we'll have very minimal on-chain data. So we only save the hash and the status, and all the heavy circuit they stay off chain. That is by the witnesses. So let's get started. First of all, we connect our wallet. We register a certificate. User register certificate. Okay, let's register. Let's try again. Go to this transaction. Alright, we have verified, so we download our certificate, call it ZK patch in place. So you can verify our certificate. We go to check status, we input it, and we verify it. Yes. Let's wait for it to go through. You click. Wait a little while. All right, certificate is valid. Then we can create a feature. User can create a feature entering the minimum age and allow users to get access to that feature without them having to know the user age. So we create a feature now. This is driving license feature. So you're under user creating the driving license feature. So it's still creating. Let's wait for a while. All right. So if you create on view features, all the features that users have created will be viewed here. Yeah, so this is, so users have access to, they can access the feature, they enter the certificate, access their feature. When they enter the certificate, they access, they can like or dislike a particular feature. Thank you so much. And also we're going to complete it by doing the number of likes, number of dislike, and adding more video, maybe video content and then content on the website, so that it will not just be plain picture and information. And also we can create a link whereby the link will lead the user to another place where they can get more features.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so hopefully we can get you pulled up and the judges will be able to answer or ask you some questions. Who wants to kick us off?
I'll go ahead with the business question first.
Great.
So who? I love the idea. Who is this product directed to? More a business which needs to verify or like to create a tool, for example, to verify their users, or it's more directed to an actual user, retail user to use it.
I think it's directed to businesses. Let me say, like now, you want to verify a user when he passes a credential or they are more than a certain age, like the driver license example I gave. Or let me say, like the certificate now, we're using, since it's a mini DApp, we don't use the age of the user. But with time, they may have other things maybe that verify somewhere or they're a licensed person. Understand? So, like, we don't want other people to get information of what that user certificate is about, but we want them to be able to to register or join features, right? So it's directed toward businesses that want to be on chain but don't want to disclose their users' personal information.
Yep, totally understood that. The reason I'm asking is that if the product was was directed to um, a user, per se, then I would expect maybe like a one step that's less, right? Like the product working and the idea is there, but user wise, like UX wise, it took a little bit too many steps to to get there to create that feature. That's personal opinion, no criticizing, just putting that out there from the business perspective.
I work on that.
I'd say from a business perspective, another question would be what would be a monetization model for something that would be a service such as this? Like, how would you scale this as a product?
All right, like you said, the driving license, if you notice, there's a price on it. Like each, as user creates pictures or content, right, they put a price on it. So it's basically like a marketplace, right? Like a marketplace whereby use businesses come to advertise their business or come to get it's service as it's like a service, right? So they come there, enter their price, enter what they do, right? And then the users of the DApp, right? They have to pass certain credentials, like they must be above the age or they must have this thing. So because it's a mini something, I don't decide to go for age. So it basically based on business customer model, right? So business come there, right? Create features. Say, okay, I can do this thing. This is my information, and this how much you pay, and this is the minimum age. I use age as I said because it's a mini. It's also a MVP. I use age. So then the customers, right, enter the certificate. Understand? When they enter the certificate, ZK knowledge is very able to verify they meet that credential without the business owner knowing about the user's credentials. So when they enter the credential, the user then pays for those service if they're interested in the service, and then they get access to those service. And when people pay for things, right, for them to avoid getting a service they don't like, the users can decide to upvote the service or dislike the service. So whereby creating a ranking order. With time we start having ranking, the most used service, the most disliked service, so that kind of thing. So for the demonstration, I don't decide to go for a driving service whereby a platform offers driving licenses to users over the age of 18. So the user actually register this on chain, right? Without the driving license actually knowing their age.
Okay.
Can I lie? Signing up. Can I get like the wrong date of birth? Who's verifying the data I'm putting into the system?
Yeah, where's the Oracle model for this? Basically, I guess that would be the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, the verification, right, is for now we just use the what we call it, we just mocked the issuer because it's like a mini DApp. I don't want the users to it. I saw in the rules that everything should be test. So I said, okay, let him just mock a issuer. If you notice in the initial page, it's a register. So we basically mock a certificate with an issuer, right? But as we grow further, right, as we get into mainnet, then we'll have a list of trusted issuers, right? So it's not the trusted issuer, maybe like the country's the country's ID card or the country's national ID card. They can basically offer and sign the user certificate, which the user can upload to the website. So the issuer will basically have to sign the certificate for the user to be able to verify that okay, that this certificate is valid. But for now, I'm not basically generating a a simple certificate, right? It's just for testnet, right? But in the mainnet, they will have to have a valid issuer that will validate that certificate that the user has.
Thank you.
Nice. And I guess one last thing I would add to it, not more as a question, but as a suggestion, and it's similar to an idea that was suggested for a previous project also, is that have you thought about selective disclosure monetization, which is something that is very possible on Midnight? So you could have pools of people. I'm a buyer for like I want all the data for users who are like of these age groups or like of these particular demographic, and I want to see where they live, what they do, or there are certain data points on your platform. So I guess there's an opportunity there to be looked into, very specific to how Midnight operates.
Okay, I will look into it. I'll look into it. Sorry, what is the name again? What you called it again? I could not get you.
I would. It's more like you could. How do you say? Have selective disclosure monetization. So user could sell certain amount of their data within your platform that's verified to other providers without disclosing their whole identity, but sell whatever verified data you have from these certificates
Oh, okay.
to
I will.
vendors.
Yeah, I will look into it.
Yeah, it's like a cookie where the user makes money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this will basically work for this kind of DApp. I think this will be a good model.
Yep.
Okay.
So what
So I have a
what kind of
question.
features? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was going to ask about the ratings and it being public and on chain because credentials is your bare minimum, but then how well do you do at that particular thing? You're going to have some sort of ratings and feedback, and that's going to be on chain. But then that implies another thing. What if I don't want that to be on chain? What if, I don't know, maybe a business thing didn't go well, someone rated me poorly, now that's on chain? How are you dealing with those things?
Oh. I thought they actually added the what they call the voting on chain, right? But I didn't really think about it more because I felt that the main thing that should be hidden was not the user certificate. But I think I will look into that. whereby the creator, like I think even the creator itself, like the details of the creator should not be available to the end user, right? We can look into it. Like initially when I was doing, I was thinking, okay, the main thing I should hide was the certificate, but I never thought of the creator part of it. But I will look into that.
What kind of features are you thinking of adding? And why is a driver's license a quote unquote feature? And how does that compare to the credential that you are generating in the first place? Because usually what you would think about is your driver's license, for the most part, would be sort of your credentials of sorts, right? So what do you mean when you say this is a feature, and what other kind of features are there?
Okay, what I mean is that I'm basically behaving like a let me like a driving license organization. Let me say in the country, right? They can come on chain, and now users can basically prove they're above 18, right? So you know that normally you have to go and present your ID
Right.
card to the driver license and say, okay, I'm above it, or they look at your face and believe you are above 18, right? So I'm basically imagining bringing everything on chain, whereby you don't need to go to the driver license company. You can have a valid certificate, right, issued by your government, right? You bring the certificate on chain, right? Now the driving license company, before now, they will know all your full details, your age, how old are you, where you live, and the rest. But now you can just upload a certificate, right? And they're able to verify you can get a driving license. This was just a demo without them knowing where you live, without them knowing your name, without them knowing any other information about you. What they just know is that you're above 18 and you can get your driving license, and that's what they need, right? So, and more features we want to add. I wanted to add a way whereby users can chat with each other. Like I was just thinking about it, but like let me give us some while. So I'm thinking of a kind of anonymous chatting whereby an admin can send message to other people and users can basically message themselves, right? You can also send anonymous messages to users of the DApp, but I think I'll work on that later.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I believe that brings us home and to the end of the showcase. A huge thank you to all of the teams who presented today. And thank you, of course, to all the teams who submitted but did not make it to the final presentation round. You all showed us exactly what we hoped for with this challenge. You know, really clear, creative, single feature dApps that highlight Midnight's privacy capabilities. And again, as a reminder, our judges will now take the time to review. They'll grade each project carefully over the weekend. Sorry to make you all work over the weekend. I appreciate you so much. But we will be announcing the winners next week. So stay tuned and maybe join a live stream then to learn who's the winner. But yes, again, if you're feeling inspired and you know today sparked something for you and you're excited, let's not let that be a limiter that this hackathon is over. We currently have a global challenge happening live on dev.to. Monday is a holiday in the UK. Thank you, Giles. Great point. Oh, we will take that into consideration. I knew that. Shoot. But yes, okay. So we have the live challenge happening right now on Dev platform. It's a blogging platform, and we're really excited to be collaborating with them to do this privacy first challenge. It runs through September 7th, and it's inviting developers to build, privacy enhancing dApps, as well as developer tools using Midnight. We had our last hackathon was the ecosystem tooling hack, and it was so successful that we want to do 2.0. And there is $5,000 prize pool coming, as well as completion badges within Dev to everyone who submits, as well as some other prizes for within their platform. But it's a fantastic way to keep building. You can find all of the details on dev.to in their challenge page. And we would love to see this community show up there too. Let me share right now in the chat. That's the link if you're interested. You can get started today. But again, let me say to all of you, the judges, thank you so much for your time today. The builders who participated and all of you who are here live right now, so great that you're here, and we really appreciate you being a part of this ecosystem as we're building it. We'll see you next week, I suppose, when we announce the winners. I'm just going to say it. We're going to announce the winners on the Fireside Hang next week. I've been alluding to it. I don't know why I'm tiptoeing around it. I'm super stoked. We haven't done this before. We usually just announce it on Twitter, but like, why not make a spectacle of it? So be sure you join us on YouTube on next Wednesday. We'll be talking about Webisoft as well, or Webisoft. Is it Webisoft or Webisoft?
It's Webisoft.
Webisoft. Webisoft would be, yes, that's silly. Why would I think? Sorry about that. Okay, cool. No, so we'll do that. We have a bunch of stuff happening on Wednesday, but we'll also be sharing our winners. But again, thank you everyone for joining us. Appreciate you all so much. And with that, have a happy Friday.
Thank you so much.